Hello everybody, this is Jennifer Steckel from the Direwolf Project. It's great to see you again. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hang out to the very end and receive your free gift. Today we're going to look at the miner's litter from Ballister and Opal. Again, Opal is not an American Alsatian. She is a crossbred dog. She is 50% Labrador Retriever. In fact, it's Silver Labrador Retriever. And her mother was a purebred German Shepherd dog from the Sater Norwich kennels in Addy, Washington. So today we're going to be looking at some of the puppies in the miner's litter. They're all sitting here with me. And so let's go through them one by one. The first puppy we need to talk about today is this beautiful guy right here. This is Dozer. Dozer is a tan points. He has tan points. So you can see right here, he's going to be lighter on the bottom and he's going to have a chocolate color in his coat. If you think of a German Shepherd dog, sometimes you'll see a black dog with tan legs. That's his same color type. He is a big boy. In fact, he's probably the largest puppy in the litter. He has a big head, and he is going to have bright yellow eyes. Bright yellow eyes because he's a chocolate color. This boy is going to look like a giant chocolate Labrador Retriever. So if you think Labradors normally range like 60 to 70 pounds, unless you get a really big, heavy muscle like English Lab, but he will probably reach 100, 110 pounds. So you're talking about a big old guy. So I don't anticipate his ears will go up. They look like they're pretty big and floppy, and there's no real lift to them, and they're not stiff at all. So I don't think there's going to be any lift to this guy's ears. So that's why I say he's going to be more like a chocolate lab than he would be with erect ears. If he had erect ears, it might look different. Okay, the next puppy on the list is named Chisel. Chisel is a solid black, like a black Labrador Retriever, but he's going to have a longer coat type than a lab would have. So, so you can imagine a fluffier looking lab. He is a solid black. It's a dominant black color. So, I don't think he even has any white spotting on his chest. Like, he is definitely a solid black, which is awesome. He's going to have gold eyes or yellow eyes. So a black puppy with yellow eyes. I don't think his ears are going to go up, so we're going to have down ears. But he is a nice big boy. He actually has a better temperament than Dozer has. Dozer's temperament was okay, but you know, for our breed, there's differences. These puppies in this litter are going to be way more vocal and have more energy and be more happy and confident in life. So you may like that. In that case, these are the puppies for you. So this guy has big paws. His head shape is not actually very broad. It's more narrow in shape. So it might look a little bit more like an American Labrador Retriever instead of the big heads of the English Labs. So, but he's going to be a fluffier Labrador, and he's going to be larger than a Labrador. Just like Dozer, he'll probably reach 100 pounds, and so he's going to be a nice big Labrador Retriever looking, like black lab looking fluffy puppy. Okay, the next puppy on the list is Baltic Gold. Baltic Gold is light blue colored female puppy. She is the second chocolate colored puppy in this litter. She is actually a dominant colored black with chocolate dilute. So she does not have tan points like the first puppy that we saw, Dozer. She actually is a solid chocolate color like a chocolate lab. She also has bright blue eyes, so she's gonna have really bright yellow eyes when she turns about 8 weeks old. So those bright blue eyes are gonna turn yellow. She's just gonna be a gorgeous female. Again, a big lab looking puppy, like chocolate lab looking puppy. Just really big, and you can see her coat is going to be longer and thicker than a normal lab's coat would be, but her ears do look nice and floppy, so, and there's no like rigidity to them or lift to them, so I imagine she's going to have floppy ears when she gets older. Her head shape is more narrow than broad, so, and that comes from her mom, so she's going to be a little more like an American chocolate lab and less like an English chocolate lab. Okay, this next puppy in the miner's litter is Little Yellow Canary. Hi, Canary. Hi, Mommy. Little Yellow Canary is very tiny. She is only going to reach maybe 70 pounds. So she's a tiny female. So she's gonna be just like the same size as a small black lab would be. And this little girl is extremely smart. She's very intuitive. She's very mellow and calm compared to the other puppies in this litter. So this is gonna be a real sweet, nice black lab looking companion dog. Very nice dog. Okay, the next puppy is Excavator. Excavator is one of the most beautiful puppies in the litter. In fact, I think his coloring is outstanding. He is exceptionally beautiful. He has a kind of like a cream sable coat with white tipping all the way around his body. And he has a wolf mask, so it's not a black mask. It'll look wolfy as an adult. I don't know, do you have yellow eyes, buddy? You got yellow eyes? I see maybe like light brown. I don't necessarily see yellow right now. I don't know if his ears will go up. They're a little bit more rigid than his sisters and brothers, so it's a possibility that they may go up, but I don't want to guarantee that for you. But he's definitely, like, his coat is just beautiful. I don't know if you can see it in the pictures. Let me see if I can get you his whole body in there for you. He's a big chunk. He's a big guy. I don't think he's as big as Dozer. I think he's a little smaller than Dozer, but not by much. He's a big guy too. This guy actually has quite the temperament. He's a loudmouth. He's very vocal. He will tell you when he needs something. He will tell you, like vocally tell you, like he'll bark and talk to you. And so this puppy has a tendency, like if there's something going on at your house, he'll bark about it. He'll tell you about it. Also, he's a little bit stubborn, and so he doesn't want to do things, like he's less submissive than some of the other puppies in the litter. So that'll be something to contend with. You can train for that, you know, so obviously there are stubborn dogs out there, and all you have to do is make sure that they understand they're not always the boss. It doesn't always go their way, and as long as they can handle a situation well where it doesn't go their way and they're not going to be in this big tantrum, you have to train for that. And so you just have to be mindful that that's where this puppy is going to be. He just needs to be trained for that. This puppy's name is Cobalt from the miner's litter. She has a red collar. She is an average size for our breed, so she'll probably get somewhere like in the 90s, 90 pounds. She'll probably reach 27 inches tall at the shoulders, so she's not going to be quite as small as a black lab, but she will look like a black lab. So she also has bright yellow eyes. They're actually crystal blue right now, but they will turn yellow when she gets to be 8 weeks old. This puppy right here loves people. She loves to lick. So if you don't like dogs who lick you, this is not the puppy for you. She loves to lick people. You don't you? She's very smart. Oh, she's gonna sniff at me. And she's quite submissive. This puppy right here, she can take lots of different things. I could turn her over, I can manipulate her, I can move her around, and she's typically just compliant. She does whatever needs to be done, so that's real good. She does bark, so that's atypical for our breed, but we're bringing in that Labrador and that German Shepherd dog, and so that's just what we have to contend with for these lesser generations. But she does bark, so you do have that. And actually a funny thing about her is she has a spotted tongue. So her tongue is actually, there's some black parts, kind of like a chow chow. She has a thinner head shape, and her feet are going to be thin, her legs are going to be thin, and so she'll probably be a thinner type. So when you look at the black labs, she's going to look more like the American black lab and not the English lab. So, and she'll also have a longer coat than normal labs. The last puppy in the minor's litter is pink collar puppy Galena. Galena is a solid black, no white spotting whatsoever on any parts of her. I think she might have just a tad bit of white, like a little tiny spot here on her chest. But yeah, it's very tiny. Otherwise, no white spotting at all. She has bright crystal blue eyes that will be turning to yellow as she gets older. This puppy has a longer coat type than her siblings, and she has a solid tongue, so not that black spotting that Opal brings in, her mom Opal brings in. She has a little bit of a tendency to be a more dominant female, and she's, if you were looking at, oh, you know, alpha versus beta, she would be the alpha female in the litter. So she's the one that's kind of a little bit bossy, and she tells the other puppies where to go. And so she's actually not as vocal as some of the other puppies, which is very nice, but she can also talk to you. So that comes from her mama, the German Shepherd side, but she's not as vocal as some of the other puppies. She threw a big fit when I turned her over on her upside down on her back. She's actually pretty friendly, pretty confident in herself, and so those are good traits. I'm looking at her being the one to keep in the breed. I need to have a female in order to keep the haplotype or the genetic diversity that her mom brings to the breed. So so we're looking at this one right now, but that small puppy has a really nice temperament. The most important thing is health. The second thing is temperament, especially with the first generation. So the size and the beauty of this puppy is not going to outweigh my my decision on temperament. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was so special to have this time with you. Don't forget, go on over to direwolfproject.com and claim your free gift. You want to make sure that your dog is super healthy, and the best way to do that is to give them the best diet possible. And we're going to give you all of the information you need to make that happen at direwolfproject.com. We'll see you there. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.